Let's talk about something that almost every longtime Brawlhalla player has noticed recently. And honestly, it's becoming harder and harder to ignore. Brawlhalla is still one of the most fun platform fighters available, but the current state of ranked, and especially 2v2 matchmaking, feels more frustrating than ever. The biggest issue right now is spam. Not just occasional signature spam from new players, but constant, repetitive gameplay that dominates entire matches, regardless of rank. Many players spend hours learning movement, spacing, weapon matchups, dodge reads, and team coordination, only to run into opponents who repeat the same signatures over and over, with surprisingly little risk. The problem isn't that signature attacks exist. They're an important part of the game's design. The problem is that in many situations, the risk versus reward balance feels off. In 2v2, this issue becomes even more noticeable because two players can cover each other's mistakes while throwing out non-stop signatures that fill huge areas of the map. Instead of strategic team play, positioning, and coordinated combos, some matches turn into a chaotic wall of hitboxes. What's frustrating is that this often discourages skilled and improving players from experimenting with advanced techniques because they feel forced to play around spam rather than play the game creatively. Another concern is that players rarely see meaningful punishment for toxic behavior, intentional griefing, or repeated abuse. Many members of the community report the same players causing problems for weeks or months without visible consequences. Whether it's matchmaking abuse, excessive toxicity, or disruptive gameplay patterns, the lack of noticeable action leaves players feeling ignored. And when players feel like their concerns aren't being addressed, frustration grows quickly. The issue isn't about demanding bans for everyone who uses signatures. Every legend has signatures, and every player should use their kit. The issue is whether the current balance encourages repetitive, low-risk strategies too much compared to skillful decision-making. A healthy, competitive game should reward adaptation, creativity, teamwork, and mechanical improvement. Right now, many players feel that the path to success often revolves around exploiting repetitive strategies rather than mastering deeper mechanics. Even watching high-level streams and community discussions, you can see more and more conversations about the same problem. People aren't asking for signatures to disappear. They're asking for better balance, stronger incentives for varied gameplay, and a ranked environment that feels rewarding for improvement. Brawlhalla has survived for years because of its amazing movement system, diverse legends, and competitive depth. That's exactly why so many players are speaking up now, because they care about the game and want it to be better. Nobody criticizes a game they don't care about. The community wants Brawlhalla to grow, especially with new players joining every day. But growth requires listening to feedback. If spam-heavy gameplay continues to dominate large portions of ranked and 2v2 without meaningful adjustments, many dedicated players may slowly lose motivation to keep grinding. The solution isn't to remove signatures or punish casual players. The solution is finding a healthier balance where smart decision-making consistently beats repetitive tactics, where teamwork matters more than throwing out the same move repeatedly, and where player reports and community concerns feel like they're actually being heard. At its core, Brawlhalla is still an incredible game with huge potential. But right now, many players feel like it's moving in the wrong direction. The question is simple. Will the developers address these concerns before frustration pushes more players away? Or will the community continue dealing with the same issues season after season? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think spam is becoming a bigger problem in Brawlhalla, especially in 2v2? Or do you think players simply need to adapt better? I genuinely like to hear both sides of the discussion.